Welcome back. Another weekly update. This is like day 7,852,000,000. I mean, that would be impressive, wouldn't it? Don't think human lives quite go that long. What the fuck is going on then? So, not a lot. I wonder as well, talking about faith, because it's fucking hilarious to me. The fact that people will argue over who's right and who's wrong, whilst quoting people with obvious mental health issues. Because fuck me. Some of these prophets came back nowadays. Half of the people wouldn't believe them, they'd just think it was AI. But the fact that people argue is fucking hilarious. It's like, you all believe in the same fucking God in the backwards ass kind of way. It's just values and all values mindset. I don't know. Fuck knows. Like I say, Confucius had it right. But philosophy. And even then, if you were to bring back some of these people, including Confucius, you'd be appalled. Not only at how they choose to live their lives, but the way they speak. Well, if you could even understand them. That's the funny thing. That's the silly thing with it. But like I say, people like to argue over quotes rather than seeing the bigger picture, which is, hey, God. Like, unironically said to a friend about setting up a religion because, Jesus fucking Christ. Literally, like, fucking people want to quabble the toss over what someone who, let's face it, if they were in a modern context, be a fucking magician. Well, yeah, Jesus would be a magician and Muhammad would be a fucking dictator. Well, depending on who you ask. But this is what I say, is like, trying to use modern contextual reality based on shit that was done in a time and place that is essentially irrelevant nowadays. Like, we have more technology than half the kings of every society ever, but yet people want to argue the toss over what someone might have said 100 or a few hundred or even 1,000 years ago, like it's relevant in modern society, which But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, can we not just set up a religion of just, altruism? Is it altruism? Just love and fucking God, Let's focus on the bigger picture here. Let's focus on the being at the top. Like, trying to actually define it in fucking human context is just stupid. But, like I say, some people just like to argue over dumb shit rather than actually find some way to, progress. And that's the funny thing, is like, this is the only reason I bring up fucking values, because it's like, well, as much as people fucking argue the toss about Christian society, Industrial Revolution. What's the next one? Technological Revolution. Pick a thing. Even the technology I'm using now is like, wasn't. Not saying half of these people really gave a fuck, but they were in the world. This is what I say. It's like with me. It's like, well, I don't believe in much of shit, but I have faith in something bigger. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, and I don't really care. It is what it is, in the end of the day. The undefinable beauty of life. Why try and define it? Why try and add a human, ego? That's why people do it. But for me, it's like, why try and muddy down something that is beautiful? If something's beautiful, just appreciate its beauty. Why have you got to try and use formal words to try to define it? Like, in the end of the day, some things are just beautiful. They can just be admired. This is what I say with, like, technological progression. It's like, well, it may have stalled in the last, well, not really, but it's kind of the point though, isn't it? It's like, for as much as people talk shit, they use technology. And they use a lot of technology that wouldn't be accessible or even a fucking talking point. Wouldn't have anything to argue over if it wasn't for fucking religion, so how about just agree to disagree and get the fuck along, like, rather than trying to argue about different values, because like I say, every side's done fucking bad. The history of the world is the history of the winners. Do you know why there's no tales of the Aztecs? Because the Spanish made it very hard. They made it almost impossible. But it's been the same throughout history on every side, like, one side tries to take the other out, it adopts its technology and moves on, pretends like it did it itself. Fairly sure that's what Genghis Khan was all about, wasn't it? Wow. I don't know. That's a whole different ballgame and or conversation, because history, it's kind of fucked up. And this is why I say, it's like, trying to refer to people that lived in these times as if their opinion is actually relevant hundreds or thousands of years later. It's like, come on, really? What's the fucking point? But like I say, beauty of humanity, isn't it? It's like, that's why I say it's kind of funny with the governments trying to set a precedent with defining different, I can openly attack and belittle Christianity, but yet I'm not allowed to say anything about the Jewish faith or the Muslim faith, or, well, it's not the Muslim faith, is it? It's Islam. But it's one of these things where you're like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. The whole point of religion is to keep society progressing. And the minute government starts to muddy the waters, it's like, ooh, buddy, that's a dangerous road you're playing with there. Doesn't end well for any of the societies or people that have tried to do that, because all you do is create a resentment and or rebellion, which, well, yeah. Going to be those that argue for it, and there's going to be those that argue against it, but in the nicest possible way. Like, I keep returning and or going back to the point of agreeing to disagree, and or, you do your thing over there, we'll do our thing over here, everyone just gets the fuck along. Be a degree of civility, but technology and or society. Well, it's that in education. This is the thing. It's the why I will continually bang on about it despite not really having much of it, because I can see the I can see the positive benefits of it far outweigh the criticisms of it. It's better to improve on an imperfect system than attempt to try and recreate the wheel, you know? Because as much as people talk about it, what's the answer? Like, you see with what's going on with fucking America, it's like, yeah, socialism is it's not a good idea, and this is the thing. It's like, you want to maintain a monarchy, you kind of got to maintain the religious status quo. But unfortunately, like I say, somewhere along the line, someone's not been learning and or teaching, well, I'd like to say relative philosophy, but it's not even that, is it? It's common sense. You want to keep a society together and or keep things moving forward without, everything falling to pieces. And that's the funny thing, because it's like, I'm not one for or against sort of government in that regard. Like, you see a lot of people talk shit and, oh, well, the government doesn't want you to be smart and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no. But there's also no banned books list. You can teach yourself. You can learn and teach yourself to a very high level. Irregardless. Because as I say, there are no banned book lists. Well, Jolly Roger's cookbook. That's the only one I know. And even then, in a modern context, it is essentially useless. Not that I would know what was in there. But this is my point, you know what I mean? It's like, can't really stifle knowledge as much as they've tried throughout history. And this is the thing, it's like, and every single time it's backfired classically. I mean, hang on, look at the fucking Renaissance for that one. I mean, but as I say, history and or historical context, and this is why I say, in a weird way, the governments kind of want people to argue about religion because it stops them from being fucking educated. Because a lot of the time, the two can't really coexist in a way that makes, you know, you're not going to be well, I don't know. It's humans can't really make these broad statements anymore because there's always the outliers or people that are, and it's like, well, you know, for the most part. But it's like, well, you know, But it's why I mentioned a lot of the time the status quo, because that's all they really give a fuck about, like maintaining power and all the power structures that already exist. But this is what I say, in a weird way, meh. As much as people talk shit and criticise, it's like, there's nothing stopping. Nothing stopping you from being successful and or being the oddity. Being the exception to the rule. And this is what I say, it's contrary, because you want, as a government, you would want people to be religious and or, you know, somewhat superstitious. But at the same time, it's like I say, there's a level of education that aids progress, and it's like finding that balance. Like I say, I don't really know shit, I just know when yeah. Just seems a bit odd. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, let's face it, it's not good giving them too many ideas. I might actually fucking use them. It's an age-old thing, isn't it? It's like, they don't want you to be too smart because then they can keep manipulating you, but at the same time, doesn't ever really work because it'll always backfire, because humans tell someone not to do something, they're going to find a way to do it. That's inherently, I don't want to say the problem, but part of human nature. I don't know. Oh, I don't like it, but I do. Funky. It's what I can do with the colours I have, so it's going to have to do, I reckon. As to Project Zero, still ongoing. Like I say, this may well take a while. It's innately the problem with starting again. It means you've got to do everything from scratch, which is, yeah. May well end up painting over something next week, just so you've actually got something a bit more interesting to watch, enjoy, I don't know, be entertained. Because, you know, communication isn't all that entertaining in the grand scheme of things, I get it. But it's got to be done, let's face it. Got to keep moving forward and or striving towards Project Zero. It's inherently the nature with these things. It's like, it's frustrating when you know what you want to do, but you're not quite where you want to be to get to what you want to do. This is what I say, is like, this is why I'm covering a lot of these random topics, because, well, I don't really care, and shit happens. Got to do whatever it takes to get me to the next point, so that I can start turning that into a reality. Like I say, if that means just having to do these random videos, then, hey, expect more random videos. Got any thoughts, theories, ideas? Chuck them at me in the comments below. I'm always looking for new insights and or books to read. Well, mindset or philosophy. We'll put it out there, because I'm kind of done with theology. It's, yeah. Got enough issues of my own about debating those with other, you know, about discussing those with mental health issues. It's like, it's not a healthy thing to focus on necessarily. But as I say, there's always something. There's always going to be something. As is the way of the world. Links are in the description if you want products. Yeah, I know what I said. Products. New stuff will be coming at some point. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Stay awesome. keep positive. Make sure to subscribe, all that usual jazz. I'll see you again in a week or so.